Okay, we are ready to create our dashboard view. So in our views/dashboard, let's create a new PHP file and call it dashboard view. Okay, I'm just going to write the word dashboard up here for now, and we want to test that this URL is working. So the first thing is I'll go to dashboard. Good, it says dashboard. And then let's try /logout. Good, it sends us right here. That's what we want. The functionality isn't in place yet, but we're going to get to that eventually. We're just trying to give it some bare bones for the time being. One thing we're going to want to do is customize the navigation, and this is going to differentiate the dashboard from the public area. So under the header, let's go ahead and create a nav. Okay. And inside of here, we'll just create a couple links that don't do anything yet. And we'll say dashboard, always be able to take us back to the home. User, logout. For logout, we can actually create the link already. We can say site URL of dashboard logout. Okay. Now our dashboard has a navigation. It'll be a little bit different than this front end. So when they'd be logged in, they'd have special user panels. That's why we wanted to create the separate folders. So logout works, looks good. I also think briefly we can improve the navigation bar by using Bootstrap style. So we're going to make an unordered list just to add that to it and say UL class equals nav. We'll just wrap it around this right here, and then these will be list items. We can tab those over, and this is going to need a navbar wrapper. So I'll say nav class equals navbar, and then we'll need the inner part of the navbar. Div class equals navbar inner, which wraps the UL as well. And let's refresh the page on dashboard, and we have this nice looking thing. Okay, now in the dashboard, I suppose we won't need a header because we can actually just add this into the navigation bar. Right below here, let's add a span class equals brand, and span. Let's see what happens. There we go, there's our brand right there, the name of our application. And let's create a 2-column system. We might not need 2 columns, but let's do it anyways because who knows. So back to our dashboard view, let us first create a row. So div class equals row, and let's do a div class equals span 4. Okay, we're adding up to 12, so we would do a div class equals span 8. Whoops, that's how far across it spans. What I also want to do is give these special names so that I can colorize them and tell the difference. And that would happen to be with our overwrite file. We'll do that with. But let's first give these an IDs. Since there's really going to be only one of these, let's just call this ID equals dashboard left, ID equals dashboard right. Actually, we should call this side, because if we decided to change its orientation, there, dashboard side and dashboard main. So let's just quickly edit our CSS and our style. Let's make a definition for dashboard main and dashboard side. And I'm just going to give them a background color of F2, F2, F2. That's just a soft gray color. Okay. So we'll go back and refresh. And it looks like the height's not really there, so let's add that in. Just for now, min height equals 500 pixels. since we have nothing to populate it with. Okay, so there's our two columns. That looks pretty nice. And that'll wrap it up for the view for now.